welcome to the TTO Podcast. I'm Pluto, joined here with my co-host Guz.
What it do?
We're going to go over Week 4 recap and, of course, the pick'ems for Week 5. So let's get it on.
What a good week, huh? I mean, as a full collective group, I mean, let's be honest.
Actually, as a full group, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say overall we did the best we've done so far, which has been great. But I had an extremely grateful week in the fantasy realm. Won all 3 of my fantasy leagues this week. Won a freaking square on a game, on a board. Won $100. That was pretty cool. Just even though the Saints lost, it was still a great weekend overall. So,
and I guess when you win in fantasy, you hit high on pick'ems and you win the square.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Well, sounds pretty nice.
Like I said,
nice week.
It was a good week indeed. But nevertheless, we got week 5 coming up. So let's do a little bit of recap of week 4 to talk about it a little bit and go over a couple key items for each game because we had a lot of good football this weekend, man.
A lot. Almost, I think every game but 2 was separated by one score.
Yeah, I mean it's
good football.
From what I watched, yeah, it was really good football. But we'll go ahead and start with the game that just ended. We just watched this one together, and it was kind of a shocker. This was one of the games,
disappointment on the betting album for me.
It was a shocker for sure.
Cooper Kupp 8 though. 8, yeah, my
did.
boy. 14 receptions, dude. Sheesh. Talking about a PPR demon.
Indeed. And also on the other side of the ball, Mr. Deebo Samuels, I mean, he had a hell of a game too. He had a great breakaway receiving run that might be on top 10 tomorrow.
Should be.
It was really good. And the 49ers ended up winning that 24-9, bro. Your boy Matt Stafford.
No touchdowns at all. 0 touchdowns.
Man,
32 and 48. 254 and fucking oh my god, I can't even speak with this team. Got me so livid. Matt Stafford has literally not thrown a touchdown pass, and I can't even remember how long. Higbee looks good there, tight end though. 10 receptions. Yeah. You look good. He looked
pretty good, but obviously not good enough because they got their ass kicked with a final score of 24-9.
We all got that wrong too.
Yeah, we did. We all got that wrong. Literally all got that wrong. But
great way to start.
Great way to start. So going into the Thursday game, we had the Dolphins and the Bengals. A lot of controversy on this one. What do you think about this?
Let's be real, right? So the game was good. This is one of the games that was separated outside of a score. Put the Dolphins, they did bounce. I'll give Joe Burrow, he bounced back, right? He did bounce back. 20 for 31, 287, 2 tutties. Look good. But they didn't have Tua, this is the game that everyone's going to be talking about for a while now. Should Tua have played?
Yeah, and I believe that was one of my questions last week is would Tua play this Thursday? Because I was really unsure about the previous week after his so-called back injury. In reality, we knew that it was concussion. You don't fall like that running.
He did pass protocol, though.
And I'm pretty sure I read earlier today that the doctor that approved him to go got fired. So
yeah, not good look, dude. Getting hit like that twice after having such a good year too. Like to get like that. I respect the fact that you chose the Bengals to win this game. I don't think you thought they were gonna win that way, without because of them not having Tua. But wasn't a bad game. Wasn't terrible.
It was
you got Teddy Two Gloves coming in.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill looked good. 10 receptions, 160 yards. That's real good. But this is what causes fate to a lot of people in the fantasy realm with Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle not really showing up in that game. If you look at it, stats aren't there. I think he had 5 fantasy points. It's not really too hot for someone that was coming off of 15 to 20 plus.
Yeah, didn't he have 41 week? Was it week 1 or week 2 where he dropped 40 points?
Yeah, he had close to 40. That was the same week that Hill had 30 as well.
Yeah.
But that was also a Tua behind the realm.
That is true. Who is the backup for the Dolphins?
Teddy Two Gloves. Teddy Bridgewater.
Right. Gotcha. That's right. Bridgewater. Teddy Two Gloves. I should know that. He played for
the Saints.
He played with the Saints for a while for sure. So, yeah, I mean, let's see what he can do. He is a good backup for sure, but I don't think he's going to be no Tua. So, hopefully Tua can get it straight and get that figured out. But moving on to the Sunday
That's
game,
what happened to you, though, Gus. This is where it
yeah,
starts. This is where
yeah,
it started for you, though.
this is where it was nice.
It was a nice little
So,
start. I give it to you.
yeah, well, except for this one right here. Um, even though I got it right on paper, my heart still hurts. The Vikings and the Saints. Vikings 28, Saints 25. Will Lutz missing a 61-yarder, hitting off the side post and the bottom post and deflecting off to not tie it up and the Vikings to close it out, man. What about
In
this game?
London
In
too.
London, how many people? Let me see if anybody can in the comments. How many people started Kamara and then realized that he didn't play until 7:30 in the morning when he got ruled out when you were sound asleep?
See,
That's
that's
rough.
tragic. That's tragic.
Rough. That's rough.
Dalvin Cook, everyone was talking about him not playing, him getting yards. So the thing that irks me, he got his 20 carries for only 76 yards, but Madison found the end zone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's the thing about Cook. Like, he's not gonna get in the end zone on the run. Like, he's gonna have to get that breakaway run to get that touchdown, rather than like a goal line run. You know?
Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, but Jefferson bounced back. That's a good note from this game.
That's
10 receptions, 147 yards. Definitely a respectable bounce back game.
Yeah, we both have him on one of our fantasy teams, so it was nice. At the same time, I was like, "Damn it, Saints!" But at the same time, I was like, "All right, well, at least it's JJ catching the ball, so I can't be too mad at it."
He got gritty. If he found the end zone, that's a beautiful game for the dude.
He did indeed. So Big Jeff, I think, like I said, we were talking earlier off stream about who we thought the best receiver in the league was, and he's definitely up there. I would say between him and Cooper Kupp. Would you have to agree?
I would agree. I would definitely agree there.
Absolutely. Well, moving on from that monstrosity, maybe the Saints will bring it back next week. I'll actually be in the dome next week.
I think you
Seattle
did. You
game.
did pick the Vikings actually.
No,
On my
I
side,
yeah.
you picked the Vikings.
I did. I did. I did. I was
So
talking.
that's a
just
win
on
across the board there.
Yeah, win across the board for all three of us there. Which I mean, we kind of expected. The Saints are just ass right now. So
We need to clap hands on this next game though.
we do indeed. Moving on to the next one, the Browns and the Falcons, and the Falcons were able to squeeze that one out 23-20.
Yeah, it was a good game. Another one within a field goal. But the thing that looms after this game, I don't think anyone's seen it, but it got actually shut down today with Cordell Patterson getting put on IR and being out until November 6th.
The workhorse, huh?
Yeah, it's 4 games they're gonna miss. I mean, Mariota without Cordell Patterson. I don't know.
I think the Falcons are going to take a pretty big hit from that. To be honest, man, he is such an asset on the field.
It's a big game to win this week too. Really, this was my biggest upset was the Falcons beating the Browns. I mean, definitely a big game for them. I don't know if we're going to see them biggest upsetting anyone else going forward this year though.
Yeah, I don't think so, man.
Until he's back.
Until he's back, right. But even though they lost, Nick Chubb had a really good game with the Browns. He had 118 yards, 19 carries, and a tutty. That dude,
Love to see that.
literally every week, huh? Like, this is a great.
Him and Saquon, number 1, 2 running backs. And the thing about them too, neither of them really catch the ball, but they're workhorses. They're legitimate running backs. They run the ball like 18 to 23 times a game. They get 100 yards a game, and they get usually in the end zone once at least.
Yeah, that one end zone score
is
big, right? That's 6 points. So I mean, therefore, that alone is just it's good.
I mean, if you're not going to catch passes, you got to score touchdowns, right?
Exactly. Well, that was a good game. Falcons were able to win that one 23-20. So moving on to the next one, we have the Commanders versus the Cowboys, and man, them Cowboys are on the roll right now.
Rush. So the thing about this game, how do you feel about him coming up even too? Like, Cooper Rush is dealing, in my opinion. He's 3-1. He started every game that after Dak got hurt. He's won. And now Dak's coming back. Do you start him right away just because he's getting paid $40 million?
You're winning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
what do you value more?
Exactly. And I think they will start Dak, but I think if Dak loses, they may put Rush back in but at the same time, if it ain't broke, don't break it, right? They
I
have
would,
some,
yeah.
they have some chemistry. They have some energy going on right now with Tom Brady Jr. in there. So like, I mean, leave him in, bro. Leave him in.
I mean, I'd give him a chance. I think he's dealing. He looks good. I mean, it's nothing like. I mean, the thing is, like, you look at all these other quarterbacks. I mean, Cooper Rush, 15 for 27, 223, but he's got 2 TDs, so he got him where it counted. You
Yeah, I
know?
don't think he's gonna be like that high scoring quarterback. You know what I mean? And fantasy wise, but he's winning games. And at the end of the day, that's
CD
all.
Lamb's out there eating
Yeah,
again too. 6
he is
receptions,
finally.
97 yards and a tutty. For real.
God, about time because man, I've had him in 2 of my leagues, 2 out of 3 of my leagues. I have him. I was expecting him to do some work. I'm glad to see that him
Me
and
too.
Mr. Rush are kind of connecting and kind of gelling a little bit. And overall, they played a great game. They ended up winning 25-10, man.
That's the second. That was one of the other games that was just outside of a score. But Zeke, the thing that's kind of like 19 carries, so it's not like he didn't get his carries, but 49 yards. Bro.
Yeah.
Brother.
He's
We gotta
kinda
do something.
I don't know what's going on with him, bro. Like
Pollard's about to take over.
yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
He's got to do something, my guy. I'm telling you, he's got to eat something. He's got to get some Skittles, dude. Talk to Marshawn Lynch. He's got to get something going.
They need something.
He
For
does.
sure. But moving on to the next game. This game was crazy to
Yes.
watch. The highest scoring game of the week. Seattle Seahawks 48. The Detroit Lions 45. I mean,
Jared Goff
3-point
steals 22 points in the fourth.
game. God, 4 TDs, 378 yards, 26 for 39. That boy went
Hawkinson
off.
balled.
Yes.
The tight end, 8
He
receptions, 179 yards receiving, and 2 tutties. That's Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski, George Kittle in his prime type of years.
Yeah, no, that was.
You know what I'm saying?
That might be the game. That might be his best game ever. Like,
That's impressive as fuck, dude.
for a while.
But they lose.
They
but
do.
they
They do lose. But man, it's like like the Lions are 1-3, but they're kind of.
I like the Lions,
right?
dude.
I
I'm
do
going to
too.
that
I
game
really
next
do.
week. I'm going to the game.
That's where are
The
your Lions?
Pats
jersey?
Lions.
How about you doing?
I'm not a Lions fan. I'm going to watch them play my Patriots.
I understand. But I mean,
But I do like the
look
Lions.
good. I think when they play the Pats, they win. But we'll talk
And
about that
get
a little
this,
later.
they have no Amon-Ra St. Brown, and they have no Swift.
Yeah, I know, right? But your boy Jamal Williams definitely stood up this week with I think he had 19 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns with a long
Ballin'.
51. He had a 51-yard run, dude. That's
Balling.
what you want to
Balling.
see out of a running back for sure. So
Eating.
kudos to him. Even though they took the L fantasy wise, if you have Jamal Williams on your roster, you need to be starting him right now, especially with Swift. And I would debate to even start him even with Swift because this man is gonna get more carries. He's an aggressive runner, and he scores.
Oh, he's going to go back to splitting carries with Swift.
Yeah.
When he comes back. I don't know about must start when Swift comes back. I do think Swift just has more upside because he tends to catch the ball more out of the backfield. They both score touchdowns.
Yeah.
Swift is also better with the ball, but Jamal Williams for the time put, with Swift supposed to be not back until after their bye week in week 5 or week
Right.
6. So, you're talking about you still got like 3 more healthy starts with Williams.
Yeah, and that was one of the games that we got wrong. We all chose the Lions to win this game, and we all ended up taking the L on that one. Not many, but yeah, this was one of them for sure.
We do go back to back here, I believe.
Yes, we do, and it's kind of little bad spot in the paperwork for me. but
Nick in
other
the
than
armor.
that,
Little
yeah, we straighten it out. But going into the next game, we have the Titans and the Colts. The Titans 24, the Colts 17. Did you watch this game?
This is a game I watched. I got all of the red zone because Derrick Henry, I felt like every time I was watching the red zone, Derrick Henry was running the ball up the field.
He's
I mean,
starting the ball. He's
Yeah,
starting the ball,
he
man.
carried it 22 times, 114 yards, and he got his tutty. I mean, he's getting it. That's what they have to do because the Titans really can't do nothing else. I mean, Tannehill is just not. It's time for Tannehill. They need to look for a quarterback soon.
Yeah,
They need to get a quarterback, something young, something healthy, something different.
Yeah, they're lacking on the QB front, but having Derrick Henry there is definitely a great asset. That
They
dude
need a
is like
quarterback
Mack Truck.
dynamic, though. They do need
Yeah,
a
they do.
quarterback dynamic. They can't
They
have
do.
that one-sided, like, you literally only have pocket precision from Tannehill at a mediocre base. Like, he used to be a lot better, could usually sling it, also had some better weapons. Nowadays, you're looking at him like, he's so subpar. You better hope that just Henry can drag you to the field, like drag you to the end.
Yeah, that's fair, man. So that's what he did this past week. He was able to secure the dub for them with that big RB performance. So good, shout out to Derrick Henry, man. He's a workhorse. So if you have him on your team, you're happy. But moving on to the next game, we had the Bears versus the Giants. The Giants ended up winning this game 20-12. I didn't actually watch this game, so I'm going to need your feedback here, but it looks like a pretty low-scoring game.
Yeah, but Saquon Barkley carried the ball, 31 times?
Jeez.
For 146 yards. But 31 times.
He's going to get hurt, man.
I know, I was about to say they're like begging on this dude to get hurt.
Yeah, that you can't run your workhorse that much, even though he is a workhorse 31 times. A little absurd, I'm not gonna lie. So
that's like 10 times too many times.
Yeah, it's like, who do they have though, right? That's literally.
He's like literally a game and a half worth of carries though. Literally in one game. I mean, they're 3-1 though. They are 3-1.
They are 3-1, which is odd. Very odd, but you know what?
The fact that Justin Fields is the highest pass thrower of the game with 174 yards on 11 for 22 is sickening.
That is terrible. You can tell. I mean, it was a low-scoring game, right? It was a defensive game for sure. The Giants' D is pretty solid, man. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie either. They are pretty good.
They're good, man. They're pretty damn good, and they were able to squeak that one out. But going into the next game, this was a really, really good game. The Jags and the Eagles. The Eagles end up winning this 29-21. But man, this was a close game. Like the whole entire game was close.
I had this as a game of the week. Really, I thought they played real well. I knew after Sunshine playing so well, dude. I mean, he's not doing so good on the way. He's 1-2 away. He's won his only game at home, which made him look even better. But they allowed 20 points in the second quarter. I mean, it looks like the Jaguars defense flickered, dude. They played good one quarter, played bad one quarter, played good one quarter, played bad one quarter. And then their offense was just inconsistent the whole day.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, for the most part, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts, he was able, I think he had a rushing touchdown in this game.
I believe he did as well.
He did, yeah. That second quarter, they really stepped up. They ended up scoring 20 points on the Jags. The Jags didn't get anything. That second quarter was a real big deal for them. So they were able to squeeze out the win 29-21. Eagles are 4-0 right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I believe the only team, right?
Yeah, the only team now. So respectable to the Eagles. They have a great fan base, and
it's tippable. It's tippable.
It's tippable fan base. They're assholes, but they're definitely tippable. So
4-0 start. Good start, dude.
4-0. Going to the next game. The Jets versus Steelers, 24-0. The Jets take
You
the
let them
dub.
sag, bro. You let them sag this game.
Let them sag, your boy Guz. 2 weeks in a row with the Eagles. With the Jets that have capitalized for me. So I'm kind of on this little Jets wham-bag.
Oh boy, get a grip, please. I beg of you.
Bandwagon right here. Yeah, no, this is just a fluke game. The Steelers are just that bad. Let's be honest.
They're not great.
They're not good at all.
Najee Harris is playing the new version of Zeke. 18 carries, 74 yards. Can't find his way in the end zone. I mean, Zach Wilson looked good on his return. Well, not good. We'll say decent.
Yeah, I mean, decent for sure. I mean, you can't be too mad at 252 and a TD. He did have 2 interceptions, but
he had a receiving touchdown too.
Yeah, he did. That was a really cool play, honestly. He ain't seen
that was a Philly special.
A Philly special, yeah.
That's what they called it, yeah. But the one thing I don't like about that is 18 for 36, throwing 50% of his completions. I need a little bit more out of him.
Yeah.
But respectable with Minka Fitzpatrick roaming the back and still being able to get 252 in your return. I like it.
Yeah.
I think he's got some shit to do, but I think he's good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were able to squeak it out. Props to them. I mean,
it's gonna make our division even more scary.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. Y'all aren't gonna win, so you're kind of like the Saints with us. Like this is not our year.
I mean, we've won quite a few in the recent past.
Well,
it's all right. We can watch. We can watch us.
There was no hate. I'm just saying you're.
This year in it. Yeah, we got waxed. Mac Jones. Like I don't even know how long he's gonna be out. It's cool to see the Zappy dude play, but
yeah, For sure. But moving on to the next one, this was my game of the week, and this was the Bills and the Ravens, and it was a close one. Or actually, I don't know. This to me,
All
I
of them are
thought
this
it was.
close. I
Yeah,
mean,
they
they're
were
all that
close.
close. I mean, the only
Yeah.
reason why I can't say it's like the game of the week is because of how high the game looked, like how fast the game was at the beginning of the first half,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was kind of fell off.
Kind of died out. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I wouldn't give it the overall game of the week, but it's definitely typical, like for a game of the week contender for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a good game to watch. I mean, Lamar threw an interception at the end to seal it, but it was neck and neck literally the entire game. So, I mean, overall,
We all took the
great
Bills
game.
though.
We did take the Bills. We all took the Bills. I still believe that this, even though they looked a little rough, I'm not even gonna lie, I still have them as to
Number
me,
one team, right?
number one team right
Me
now.
too.
Eagles close in second place, but yeah, the Bills.
I have the
is
Eagles still a
better.
third. I have the Eagles at third.
Okay, I know you got the Chiefs at second. It's
I
okay.
do.
Yeah, don't even have to blink an eye because I know you're a Patty fanboy. So, I like it. I like it. Going to the next game, we got the Chargers and the Texans. The Chargers sneak away with this one, 34-24. I say sneak. I mean they won by 10, but
We won
Chargers.
by
Man,
10.
yeah. I mean, Chargers looking pretty good, bro. Texans just a
I
trash
mean,
team,
to
like I
allow
said.
the thing about this though, to take away from it, the fact that the Chargers defense allowed 24 points on a team that's 0-2-1 coming into the game, now 0-3-1. I mean, that's the thing they got to worry about the most. I mean, good thing to see about him is seeing Justin Herbert, 27 for 39, 340 and 2 tutties.
Yeah.
He's flexing, definitely
He's
flexing.
definitely flexing, and Mr. Eckler had a great game. Finally,
did.
you got something out of him. I've had him on one of my fantasy leagues, and he's been kind of just mediocre. And this was his first breakout game. The stuff that I was used to seeing him do. He had 13 carries, 60 yards, and 2 tutties. It was nice to have him. I think he had something like 30 something points in my league, and it was nice to see. It was nice to have him back for sure.
Yeah, and like the Texans too. I like that kid that was running the ball on their side, Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce
That
was
nice. He had
solid.
that one. He had a crazy rush, dude. He was off to the races, dude. I seen it on Red Zone, but he did have, looking at the stats, 14 carries, 131 and a tutty. I seen the touchdown. It had to be for at least half those yards.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he came out of nowhere. He may be out there available in the market. So if you need a backup running back, he may not be, or he may be somebody you may be able to snag up for pretty cheap if you play money waivers, or if he's just chilling out there as a free agent. Just take a look at him when you can.
For sure. I'd agree.
So yeah, moving on to the next game, we got the Cardinals and the Panthers. Cardinals winning 26 to the Panthers 16.
I mean, we all took the Cardinals on this one.
Absolutely.
I mean, Baker Mayfield is just not it, dude.
Dude,
he's
he's
absolutely
not.
just not it.
He's
I
like
don't
the
think
next
Kyler Murray
Johnny
looks too
Manziel.
hot either, though. He is the
Yeah.
next Johnny Manziel, literally. Without the
Yeah.
potty, and he's just a legit Eve.
Yeah. Gonna go play in the what is that league they have
CFL.
now? No, it's like some other kind of league where they like the fans call the plays or some shit like that.
Oh,
It's like
boy.
fan football league or something like that.
Oh,
Stupid crap.
boy.
I feel like that's somewhere he'll end up after this season because he's just, I don't know, man. He just really doesn't have it. So,
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking over there in Carolina bringing him in.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not the
man.
move.
It's not. It's really not. But we'll see what happens. I mean, hell, they beat the damn Saints. It's the only win they do have is against my Saints, and it's just heartbreaking to see because this team is, terrible. I mean, that's really all you can say about this game. Moving on to the next one is your team, the Pats and the Packers. This was a really good game too.
This
to be
game was
honest.
incredible,
This
actually.
was Oaks' game of the week, and like you said,
This
like,
was tippable, too.
definitely tippable. The Pack went in 27.
This
to
is
the
without
Pats
any of our
24.
starting either. Without the starter of Mac Jones there either. I mean, I digged it. I mean, I watched every second of it, of course, as a Pats fan. But, I mean, I even picked – this is the first game that I betted against our team, and I was right. But I would have been super pumped if I was wrong about this game. This game was super nice to watch. Like, it was refreshing to see the defense still have it at certain times. But, I mean, we just need more offensive effort overall.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we're down here. We just no offense, man. It's pretty rough to see. You're coming from Tom Brady, I'm coming from Drew Brees, and like now we
Tough,
have
dude.
these
That's so
quarterbacks, and you're
tough.
like, God, bro, like It's we don't you don't realize greatness until it's gone. And well, I say realize it, we knew it, but at the same time, it's depressing when you don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
Those guys on the field really do make a difference. So
for sure, dude. For sure. I mean, I wish if we had Mac Jones, dude. I feel like this game is definitely different.
yeah, no, I mean I think so too. I mean, and Aaron Rodgers, he was 251 and two tutties. He had this an average game for Rodgers. I feel like he's kind
Aaron
of
Jones ran a fucking amok though on us.
yeah, but no TDs, but he had 110 yards for 16 carries, so you can't really be mad at that at all.
Well, yeah, it's running amok, dude.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then Lazard with 6 receptions for 116. I mean, it shows like the defense was there, but they stopped them where they needed to. But they also let up a lot of chunks, right? So it could have been better on both sides of the ball. But it was a fun game to watch.
It was a close game. Pats ended up closing that one out. So we move up to the next game, and it's the Broncos versus the Raiders. The Raiders, I think, we talked about last week. This was the week that they were going to bounce back, and I believe you said that, and you were 100% right. 32-23, the Raiders go ahead and just kind of make Russell Wilson eat his own lunch. Let's go.
Russell Wilson didn't actually look bad this game. I feel like Russell Wilson did bounce back himself too, but the Raiders did what the Giants did do, and they ran the horse. Josh Jacobs, 28 carries, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's a big boy.
It's a big boy. And then Devontae Adams, 9 receptions, 101. But Russell Wilson is respectable to see him get the 2 touchdowns throwing and the rushing touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, to your credit, yeah, you're right. This was finally a game for Russell that he's kind of like, you look like, he looks like his old self a little bit,
A little bit, yeah. Once he hits like the 301, 280s, gets a couple more passes in.
He just, to me, just doesn't have like that drive anymore, and maybe it's just me speculating, but he just really doesn't have that same Seattle feel, when he was there. So it'll be interesting to see how they're 2-2. They're not, terrible. But you would expect more out of Russell, but we'll see if he's able to turn it up now after having a pretty decent week after this week.
For sure.
Even though they took the L. But moving on to the final game is the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. And bro, the Chiefs, bro.
Chiefs are fucking chewing away, dude.
Bro.
Fucking, they were balling, putting up consistent points every time they had the ball, almost. Mahomes is just, I don't even know what to call. This dude's a fucking magician, dude. This is why I like him so much. You watch him play every single time he plays, he's always crazy. Brady went crazy too that game, 39 for 52, 385, 3 touchdowns. Crazy.
Yeah,
it was just a classic shootout.
It really was.
The classic Mahomes Brady shootout.
Whenever
you love to see it.
When they played, when he was at the Pats and they played, was it a high scoring game then too?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was a defensive game. It was a little bit different. It was a lot different though. Like our defense was the best defense in the league. They had the best offense in the league that year.
Got you. Well, that rounds up the week 4 pick'ems. So,
I mean, you did pretty good. And just to get into that, like with the tally of the weeks, I mean, Gus tippable to 13 for 16. I mean,
let's go, baby. About
pretty
time.
good. That's the best one. That's the highest out of anyone so far. So let's see if any one of us could beat that on the week. Now with the buys coming up too, that's gonna be kind of hard. But yeah, 13 for 16, tippable as fuck. Ogie 8 for 16, and then I win 11 for 16, which is my personal best. Ogie tied his personal best with last week as well.
Heck yeah. I mean, like I said, overall, good week for everybody. We all improved. So, that's awesome.
Facts, dude. It's respectable. Love to see it. Games of the week. I mean, all of them, I checked them all off as all of them being with contention. I had the Jags versus the Eagles, Packers versus the Patriots. For Ogie, you had the Bills versus the Ravens. All those games are separated by 3 points. Or about, right? About 3 points.
Yeah.
But besides the Eagles and Jaguars, that was 8 points, but that game was close. I mean, you know what I mean? It might have fell off out of the 2. I would say maybe that out of the 3, that's probably the worst one, but all respectable games within a score.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the biggest upsets here, we have Falcons beat the Browns. I was right on that. Ogie had the Broncos beating the Raiders, which he was good on that. And you also had the Bengals beating the Dolphins, which is probably the biggest upset, but Tua goes down, so is it really?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's the biggest upset. If Tua was in the game and they still won, then I would be like, yeah, I think it's the biggest upset. But with Tua going out super early, it kind of negated that fact. So,
Well, we were all
um,
right on the odds of those
yeah,
three
for
games,
sure,
which is
for sure.
nice.
Well, the Broncos didn't beat the Raiders, so yeah, Ugg was wrong on that. Didn't he have the
No,
Broncos?
no, yeah, you're right. You're right. He did.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we did have the Broncos beating the Raiders.
right.
So just missed. I mean, Russell Wilson looked good again, but just missed out.
Absolutely.
I mean, good week overall though. But can we duplicate it going into
Oh
week
man,
number 5?
I
This
hope
is a
so.
big week though for a lot of teams actually in the NFL. If you really look at it, I mean, a bunch of big games really. What's going on? I mean, so we gotta really see what's gonna happen here in the future.
Yeah, I'm
And
looking forward to diving into week 5, man. Week 5 is gonna be nice, dude.
so starting the first game is Thursday. We got coming up here this Thursday, October 6th. We got Colts versus the Broncos. Colts are coming to Denver. What are our thoughts on this one?
I'm gonna pick the Broncos on this one. You're at Broncos at home. Russell Wilson had a pretty good week last week. It's probably his best week so far in the season. And I'm looking forward to seeing if he can, do 2 weeks in a row. The Colts, they haven't really been playing too well. Losing to the Titans last week. It was a close game, but I still got the Broncos closing this one out.
I also got the Broncos closing this one out as well. I think the Broncos are really going to show that they're going to keep making strides of actually becoming better. I mean, Cortland Sutton looks pretty good. Jerry Judy's getting to the end zone. They did lose Javonte Williams, however, tearing the ACL, I believe,
Oh
out
yeah,
for the
I think it
season.
was like ACL, MCL. It was a bunch of stuff. He's
Oh,
pretty much done, so man.
that's rough. But they do have Melvin Gordon, which always looked good. The one bad thing about it, if you look at it, I believe he's played 4 games and he has 4 fumbles.
Jesus.
That's not great. It's not great. I don't even know who their next back in line would be after him, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I don't know either.
So we're just gonna have to see if Russ can be Russ. If not, I feel like JT is just gonna. It's hard to say he's gonna run all over that Broncos defense. 'Cause I like that defensive rush. What they got over there. But let's see if we can clap hands on that Thursday night game. I feel like that's a respectable game to watch on a Thursday, to be honest.
Yeah,
think it'll be
it's
close.
gonna be nice.
And then going into Sunday's games, the game that I'll be attending first actually is going to be the Lions are going to come to the New England against the Patriots here.
See, I thought about this game and I immediately thought I was like Lions, no question in my mind. But then I thought, from what was that week 3 when you went, whenever they played the Ravens,
The Ravens,
and it was
crazy
just a
game.
shootout. And I was like, man, the Pats really when they play at home, they ball out. But
Oh
y'all
yeah,
y'all did have Jones then as well, right?
we did.
So now y'all don't. So
But what about
that
last week? Look at what we did against when we went to Lambeau without Jones.
yeah, no, for sure. No,
One of
I'm not.
another hardest stadium to play against
Yeah,
at their home environment.
that is very true. But I'm with you though. Like the Lions, I don't know, man. They just have this energy, man. I don't know if they're just on Hard Knocks and I'm talking them up, but I'm
Is
gonna
that
go
what
with
you
the
got?
Lions on this one. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Lions on the Pats. And to be honest with you, man, I had the Pats winning this originally, but I'm swapping it to the Lions.
I'm gonna be at this game, dude. As much as I bet against my own team last week, so I'm not saying it's not. But after watching respectively, Zappy come in, he looked good, looked solid. And I'm telling you right now, Jared Goff's not coming to New England. It's getting cold out here, boy. I hope you know. It's gonna be a whole different game. You know what I mean? You're playing a whole different ball
He ain't
game.
on the West Coast no more.
I mean, Jared Goff needs to realize. I mean, he's coming to New England. Look how hard we just played the Ravens compared to look at the Ravens what they just played against the Bills, what we call the #1 team in the league, and we put up a respectable game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Lions just got flossed by the Seahawks in the highest shootout game. I don't think that's going to happen. If they think they're going to come and score 40-plus points against the Patriots, you're bugging.
Yeah.
I have the Patriots winning, but it's going to be a close one. I like the Lions' tenacity. I do like them on Hard Knocks, so I kind of like them too like that. I feel you're coming from, but I don't think they close it out here.
Yeah, I mean, and Fair points, everything you meant. I didn't actually watch the Pats game on Sunday, so you know a little bit more than I do when it comes to that. So you're probably right on this one, but like I said, I'm gonna take them Lions and see. It's gonna be a good game, I think, honestly. So
For sure. No, I agree with you.
another good one you get to go to. Like so props for
Yeah.
that.
Facts, dude. Going into our next game here, and I think this is actually another going to be a really respectable game. The 3-1 Giants also have to come to Lambeau against the 3-1 Packers. I'm telling you right now, the Patriots don't got no Saquon.
They don't, they don't. But I can't not go against Aaron Rodgers right here. I think he's gonna go ahead and win this game inside of Lambeau. So give me the Packers against the Giants. It will be a close game, potential game of the week, I think. But I got the Packs winning this one.
I agree. I'm right there with you too. I don't like betting against Rodgers at home. As much as I dislike Rodgers, I'm not a Rodgers guy at all. But I just don't see it happen. I don't see the Packers losing this game to the Giants. If they do, Saquon's going to carry the load. Just put it this way: Saquon's played 4 games. He's already got 84 carries.
That's insane, bro. Dude's gonna get hurt, man. They need to really be thinking about that.
They do. They really do.
They don't have anything else though. That's the problem. So
that is the problem. I mean, they lost, I believe, 3 receivers. Their 1, 2, and 3 receiver are all out right now.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why their defense. Luckily, their defense is good enough to kind of manage and keep the scores a little bit lower, so their offense can attempt to win games. So I mean, like you said, they're 3-1 right now, so I can't really hate on them too much. Just imagine if they did have some receivers, and
dude, for real,
like they may be pretty decent team. So, but I'm still gonna go ahead with the Packs on this one. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna go ahead and win that in Lambeau.
Same, man. Next game, this one, after watching the Steelers, there's ain't no way they're going to the Bills, dude, right?
No. If you're not taking the Bills here,
Bills are minus 14 in this game in the spread.
Yeah, I'd probably take it straight up.
No, minus 4. Do you think they're gonna win more than 14?
Yes, I think they're gonna win by
that's
more than 14.
Huge.
Yes,
you never take anything in the double digits if you're betting.
That's how, fair, but that's how confident I am that the Bills are going to win this game, because the Steelers are so bad and the Bills are so good. I say this, watch the Steelers win. I swear if they do.
I know.
Taking vacation. I'm taking vacation, but man.
We're going to get a new co-host there if that happens.
Yeah, Gus will be off next week. We will have a new coach. No, but I mean, the Bills win this game. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, I can already answer this question for you. I already know you're choosing the Bills this as well, because I mean, the Steelers
ain't no way.
Yeah,
just ain't no way.
Just not happening, partner.
No way. Let's quickly just slide on by to the next one after that one real quick with the Chargers coming to Cleveland here.
The Chargers coming to the Cleveland. Okay, yeah, Chargers.
Both 2 and 2. Both 2 and 2.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go with Chargers, man. They looked really good last week, to be honest. And if Eckler can have another performance here like he did last week, go ahead and chalk it up. Chubb's also going to be on the other side, so it would be cool. Cool little running back battle. 2 completely different style of running backs too. But when it comes to fantasy, Chubb's taking the cake right now. But Eckler did have a great performance last weekend, so we'll have to see what happens. But I'm going to go ahead and pick the Chargers here against the Browns.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, actually. Herbert looked really good, passing the ball well. I mean, Herbert's already got 9 tutties through 4 games, but then you got Nick Chubb, 81 carries, 459, and 5 touchdowns. So he's definitely reliable. It's just like Herbert goes up and down. Like he has super big games and then super low games. Like I could see Herbert really not doing great, but having to rely on Eckler to keep on that momentum of last game and winning the game. But I do think the Chargers win it.
Okay, I like it.
And then we got the Bears at the Vikings.
This one right here, I'm
2-2 Bears, 3-1 Vikings.
Okay, yeah, this is. I mean, even without not even knowing the records, I'm gonna go with the Vikings off the rip. Jefferson and your boy Kurt are starting to link up a little bit, especially after last week, which is good. The Bears, I mean, they're 2-2, but I just think the Vikings at home as well in Minnesota. So I mean,
Minnesota.
yeah, we're gonna go to Soda. So
Minnesota.
we're gonna go with the Vikings on that one. I think you know what I think this week. I think Dalvin Cook's gonna have a breakout week this week.
Think he goes wild? He's
Yeah,
still
I
gonna
think
get 20 touches. You know he's gonna get 20
yeah,
touches.
but I think he breaks away from one of those and gets that touchdown he's so desperately lacking.
He needs it, dude.
He's
He
getting the yards, he's
needs
getting the
it.
carries, but he's not getting the tutty. So I'm thinking this week he gets the tutty against the Bears.
I like it. I like it. I'm riding the train. I like the Vikings. You know I like the Vikings. I'm a big Vikings dude. If I wasn't a Patriots fan, I might be a Vikings fan, to be fair.
Absolutely.
So I got the Vikings there with you. Next game. This one's I don't know if you're gonna like my response to this next game, but what do you got here with the Seahawks and the Saints?
I'm gonna be in this game, okay? I'm gonna be in the dome.
Oh, you're
on
going to the game
Sunday.
too. We're both gonna be at the game, boy.
Shout out to my girl Michelle on copping some
Go.
really fire tickets. Okay,
That's cringe.
so we're going, we're going. Dog. Jealousy is just love and hate at the same time. All right, Pluto. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
But at the same time, bro, the Saints are terrible, man. Like
They are
it's like,
terrible. 1-3. They're a disgrace.
it was just like, man, like I'm so excited to go to the dome because it's always a party.
To get
even if-
throttled by Geno Smith. You're
even, even if we're trash, it's still a good time. You know what I'm saying? But
Geno
yeah,
Smith
I mean,
has 1,037 yards passing.
yeah, I mean, dude, he's. If you remember me talking about,
I mean,
Geno
he
week
has
one,
20 less passing yards than Tom Brady.
yeah, dude, he's balling, man. He's doing good. And not to mention, the Saints D you thought would be a lot better, but they're really not, man. It's kind of painful to watch. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna pick the Seahawks to beat my Saints while I'm there, and that's rough for me to say, but that's how bad we are right now.
I'm definitely picking the Seahawks, too. I think Geno Smith's going to have like 300 yards passing. I think DK is going to eat. I think Lockett continues to still get his. I think it could be close, though. I think the Dome is hard to play at. But you guys are 0-2 at home, so who knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw something funny about DK. I don't know. He got carted off on the field.
He had to go to the bathroom or
He
something.
had to shit. He said that he couldn't walk off or it would have came out.
Oh,
So
that's
he
tragic.
had him come out and cart him off. So I was like,
That's funny shit, dude.
insane.
That's
Literally.
funny shit. Literally, actually.
Uh,
Next game here, the tourless Dolphins go to the Jets.
Man, this one right here, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
this tickles me a bit.
It's like, why do I want to pick the Jets? But no, I'm definitely not. The Dolphins are still going to win this game. They have a great defense. And I still think, with Hill and Waddle, I mean, even if
Teddy Two Guys.
ball, yeah, Teddy's going to give him the ball. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins on this one. Dolphins still, in my opinion, a top 5 team, even without
Oh, yeah.
Tua.
Oh yeah,
We'll be
defense is
interested
so
to see.
strong, it's crazy.
Keep in mind, folks, Tua is on concussion protocol this week. All right, so
He actually is.
he actually is. So keep that in mind. He
also
will not be
agreeing.
playing this weekend.
I'm gonna agree with you though too with the Dolphins. I think Teddy Two Gloves gets it done, dude. I think he gets it done in New York or East Rutherford. I don't know. I think honestly, Mr. the Rook from the Jets gets knocked back into his place, or not the Rook, whatever he is, a sophomore nowadays. Zach Wilson needs to realize he's not it. He's okay. They're 0-2 at home. I think they're gonna go 0-3 at home.
100%.
Sliding into the next game here, we got the Falcons. Just lost Cordero Patterson to IR against the Bucks, who just lost a shootout to the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I had the Bucks winning this before I found out about Cardell. You let me know today, but I went ahead with the Bucks on this one. I mean, you're at home. Tom looked great last week. They actually looked really good. Even though they lost the game, they looked really good. I don't know what's up with like Fournette though, because like even though he did get a passing touchdown and they did have him in, but they pulled him out for a while. Like I'm talking like a quarter and a half, 2 quarters. Like they
Had to be something. Had to be something going on.
I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. But it was frustrating. I was glad that he was able to get back out there and catch a receiving touchdown, which is weird for Fournette. But at the same time, like I didn't understand that. Like I wonder if he like beefed with the coach or like.
There had to be something, right? Something
happened because he was gone for a solid quarter and a half. So, but needless to say, I got the Bucks winning that game against the Falcons.
Okay, I'm right there with you. I also got the Bucks. Hard to bet against Brady at home too, kind of like the Rodgers aspect.
Right.
Especially with him throwing like 350 last week, looked really good against the Chiefs. No reason why the Bucks step back, especially against the the Falcons without Cordell Patterson, their best weapon. Just too easy there. I'm also going to tag there with you and go with the Bucks. Sliding into one of our last games here at the 1 o'clock slot, we do have the Titans at the Commanders. I feel like this game is going to be a little bit closer than a lot of people think here.
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one. Derrick Henry right now is trucking, so I'm wondering if he's gonna be able to keep that train going on. So Mr. Henry is the reason why I'm picking the Titans this week. But I agree with you. I think this is gonna be a close game, being in Washington. So it's gonna be a good one to watch. Potential game of the week as well.
Agree.
But I'm gonna go with the Titans on this one.
I'm also going to go with the Titans here on this one as well. I do think it's hard to go against Henry, especially when his motors are just starting to click. He does look good. I don't think you can depend on a Tannehill right now, but I do think you can depend on Henry. He's got 76 carries, 306, 3 tutties for the year rather, over 4 weeks. I mean, I'd like to see it a little bit higher, but I mean, this could be the week for him to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
Keep on getting that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got the Titans here?
I do got the Titans on this one as well.
Yeah.
Next one we got Yeah, I do too. Texans at the Jags here.
Yeah, I mean, sunshine. Yeah, let's
Sunshine.
go ahead and show that up. Jags gonna go ahead and win this game. Texans are terrible.
Texans are terrible. 32nd team in the league.
Yeah, they're trash, and the Jags are very impressive, man. We talked earlier. This is probably one of my most surprises this year. Is seeing the Jags team. Yeah, they're. I'm
telling you right now, I almost want to play a Madden game with them.
Let me know how that goes, because I'm curious.
I fuck with him. I like Sunshine, dude. I mean, he looks pretty accurate. 88 completions out of 134. I'd like to see it up in like the 95s out of that.
Right.
But 946. But he's got 8 tutties. Respectable. Tippable. Yeah. After how bad his last year was, really. Tippable, dude. Love to see it out of him. Especially a first round pick, dude. You love to see it. They got some receivers. They got a decent receiving core, dude.
Okay. I mean, I didn't know who they had last year prior to this.
They got Christian Kirk. I mean, they got Marvin Jones. And they have one more, and I can't quite get it. But they also got 2 nice running backs, a solid offensive line. And the defense is okay after even trading away all those great corners they had.
Right. From
Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Bouye. I mean, pretty good. Pretty good. Like to see it, but I also got the Jags with you. And then moving into that 4 o'clock slate here, we have the 49ers, which we just seen beat up on the Rams against the tragedy of the Panthers.
Yeah, I would say they're probably the 30th worst team, because the Saints are the 31st worst team. But 49ers all the way, right? They looked great tonight. Samuels is literally. He's an elite receiver, bro. I really do.
He's one of the best players to watch, really, just because what he can do too.
He's got just this something about him, man. He's just got this fire that he can get it out the backfield. He can get it down the field. He can catch. I mean, the dude could probably throw too.
I wouldn't doubt it. He could pull a Julian Edelman.
Yeah, just a straight athlete, man. Garoppolo, but the rest of the team is so good that,
you kind of got to go with him, right? Even with Kittle not even doing good.
100%.
You got to take him easily. All day. Our next game for the 4 o'clock slate, we got the Cowboys at the Rams. Now, this is actually my biggest upset.
Okay, that's funny. So that's also my biggest upset as well.
Yeah, the Cowboys and Cooper Rush, Tom Brady Jr.
I got TB Jr. Gonna go ahead into LA and win that game. These boys are on a hot streak right now, man. They're gelling, they're vibing, and just watching the Rams play right there. Freaking Matt Stafford is trash.
Yeah, he is.
So easy pick right here for me. They're starting to show up and show out. So give me the Cowboys in this one.
I got the Cowboys too, bro. Love Cooper Rush, dude. He looks real good. 3-0 as a starter. Actually almost closed out game 1-2 respectively after Dak went down. I don't even think you give Dak the automatic starting spot if he comes back. Cooper Rush looks okay. Okay enough that I'd ride with him until he loses at least, or until he starts looking bad.
I agree. If it ain't broke, don't break it, right? Let's keep TB Jr. in there and let's see what he can do.
Let's let him do it. And then we got the last 4 o'clock slate game. We got the undefeated Eagles coming to Arizona to play against Kyla.
Yeah, I mean this right here, battle of the running QBs maybe, but
Yeah.
let's not be fooled. The Eagles are gonna win this game, and I think it's gonna be a blowout. Honestly, I'm just really not impressed with the Cards at all. Maybe when D Hop comes back, things will be different. He's got one more week after this week, and he'll be back.
Anyone that
So,
grabbed him like me, myself in one
Yeah.
league that could get him,
yeah,
dude, for late and keep him on your roster, dude, it's going to pay off because I do think they flipped the whole switch when he comes back.
yeah, it's crazy how one person on the field can make a difference, and he absolutely can. D Hop's definitely one of the best receivers in
Oh,
the
yeah.
league. So
When he's
but-
not cheating.
when he's not shooting. Oh yeah, I mean fair enough, but he ain't back yet. So them Eagles are gonna go ahead and take this and move to 5.
Continue 5-0. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm also going to tell you the same, but I do think this game's going to be really, really close. I think Kyler Murray has that X factor to him, though, still, that he can keep the game always close and he can always bring it down to the wire at the end if he's given the chance. But
Absolutely.
we're going to have to really just see what goes on. I mean, our 8 o'clock game is slated, which was, I mean, this is my game of the week right here, which is the Bengals and the Ravens. Wow, we're clicking on all cylinders.
We're clicking right now, buddy. We're clicking right now. 100% my game of the week as well. The Bengals at the Ravens, and this one I really had to think about, man.
Me
because
too, dude. This is
one-
the last one I filled out on my sheet.
This was going to be a tough one. The Bengals are starting to click. Joe is starting to be Joe.
I'm so glad
And-
this is a primetime game,
and
dude. It
it's
such deserves it.
Well deserving, right? I mean,
So
there's a reason why it's
deserving of
game
him.
of the week for both of us because this is going to be a good game. But as much as I love Joe, I'm gonna go
Same.
with Lamar. And he's
Same.
gonna go ahead and give me the Ravens here because I think they're gonna win this game. Very close, but they
Yep.
win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This game is gonna be so much watch football, dude. Joe's gonna be clicking. Lamar's gonna be running. It's gonna be fucking so good. Can we take something away out of this, right?
Yeah.
So the Ravens got J.K. Dobbins, respectable running back. The Bengals got Mixon. Lamar's still the number one running back, the number one rusher out of both teams going into the week.
He's a beast, bro. He
37
really is.
carries, 316 yards, and 2
Damn.
tutties.
That's running back numbers. I mean, that's good running back numbers.
Without touching the ball 81 times or 84 times like fucking Saquon, right?
Yeah. I wonder. I'm gonna say we'd have to look up, and maybe you could look this up. Like, what's his running back or his rushing yards compared to like one of the top running backs in the league?
I mean, he has like 316. I mean, Saquon and them got like McCaffrey's got like 270. Put it that way. He's got more rushing yards than McCaffrey.
Interesting. Even though McCaffrey's having a garbage year, but he had a good week last week. But that's still crazy to think, bro. He's a game changer.
I think
on the
number
field,
one is
right?
Chubb's 459.
Yeah, okay, 459. I mean, still, dude, that's crazy. I mean,
Still though,
prop-
but like I said, he has more than McCaffrey.
yeah, dude.
You know what I
props
mean?
to
That's
Lamar,
just like a quick stat. You know what I mean? Crazy.
man. Yeah, for sure.
And then going into the last game of the week here, we have the Raiders going to the Chiefs. I mean, the Raiders always play the Chiefs tough too.
Yeah, no, I mean, and the Raiders actually looked like that game you said earlier, like that was their game to come out and show out, and they did. And they, like you said, they always play them close. This will be a really good game too. This was one that I was thinking about a game of the week as well because it's got potential to,
Oh,
to
yeah.
be that game of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the Raiders are doing what they're doing right now. But like you said, man, I guess I'm a Patty fanboy too, man, because this dude can ball, bro. He's just
Oh, yeah.
a beast. I mean, you can't really. It's very hard to go against him. When in any team, right? So I'm gonna go with the Chiefs on this one because they're at home, they're playing well, bro. Kelsey and Pat finally hooked up last week. He threw him 2 touchdowns to Kelsey. They really balled out. So my little boy Clyde in there still, juking and jiving through them small little holes and getting TDs. So shout out to Clyde, LSU boy, love him.
Love Clyde. He looks good this year.
yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
he
he's
looks
found
good.
an identity too now.
He does.
I like that whole Chiefs roster, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know. We've been saying it for a while, dude. But I'm agreeing with you. Fun fact. Me and you have decided on every game we pick the exact same besides the one game that I'll be going to. And of course it's against my team. Pat's Lions. We're both got the same game of the week. Both got the biggest same upset, dude. Clicking on all cylinders.
Just to be fair, we do not talk about our picks or any game of week or biggest upsets or anything prior to the podcast, just so we could kind of discuss about it. So this is all just off the rip. So cheers to having a good week this week, brother. Because
facts, bro. We're either sinking the ship together or we're sailing to success.
Yeah, we're gonna be either drinking in sorrows or getting shit faced together because we're so happy because we're winning.
Yes, sir.
That's a really good week. But to move forward, so we started a new segment here on the TTO podcast with the Would You Rather questions. And this week I'm going to go ahead and start off. I got to do a little bit of research and got to brainstorm a little bit on my lunch break about what were the questions I wanted to ask you. And, I kind of wanted to go throwback. I wanted to go Would You Rather Greatest of All Time edition.
Okay.
So we're going to do the same idea how we did last week. I'm going to give you a quarterback. And then for this one, I'm going to say the quarterback. And you're going to give me a yes or no on the next one. And then we'll go from there and see. So for this one, I have Drew Brees, right? As a quarterback. And then I'm going to give you 3 quarterbacks after. And you tell me if you want Drew or the other.
Gotcha.
So starting out with the Breezes, I have Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers.
I'm a Drew Brees guy, yeah. I like Rodgers, but I'm gonna go Brees. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Drew Brees or Dan Marino.
Drew Brees.
Okay. Drew Brees or Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
All right. So Patty's the man for you in the QB aspect. I thought
That's
about
what
that
it is Patrick Mahomes has everything Drew Brees has from a mental standpoint, but he has so much upside because of what he can do. Yeah, he is just so much more athletic. Maybe he's not as smart yet, but he's so much more athletic. He was blessed with way more weapons. He's gonna be better than Drew. He already is. Actually,
I'm not gonna.
Accolade-wise.
So I mean, yes. Right now, he's on track, right? He doesn't
have all those records and all those great things, but he has a lot of things that count. Getting to the Super Bowl, winning Super Bowls, just like Drew. But
right.
Pat Mahomes is blessed with some more weapons, and Pat Mahomes got it done when he needed to. But I'll take Pat Mahomes, though.
Okay, take Pat Mahomes on that. So just keep in mind, Drew Brees holds 4 NFL career records right now with the most career passing yards at 80,358. Super tippable for this dude. I mean, he should have statues in New Orleans. He needs to run for some kind of office down here. He may be able to change the crime rate because everybody loves this dude down here.
Facts, dude.
The most career completions at 7,100. I mean, that's solid. Best career completion percentage at 67.7, and the most seasons with 5,000 passing yards.
Oh yeah.
And that's 5 total. So I mean.
Oh yeah. But he has also the most incompletions.
Hey man, Brett Favre was a beast too, but he also has the most interceptions. So it is what it is. But moving next, we're gonna go down to the running backs. I have Bo Jackson.
Okay.
Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders. No.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. Okay, nice. All right. Barry Sanders or Adrian Peterson in his prime.
Adrian Peterson, if he could stay in his prime for longer.
Okay, all right. What about Adrian Peterson or Emmitt Smith?
Adrian Peterson.
Okay. So just to say, you would pick AP over Bo Jackson?
I would, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, dude, AP in his prime, bro. Holy
was a menace.
Shit, dude. He was
a menace to society, dude.
Literally, fantasy-wise back in the day, if you had this cat, unbelievable. And he actually played for the Saints a few years ago. I don't know if you remember that. Bro, I was so excited. I was like, man, I don't care if he's washed up and old. It's just cool.
We got AP. He came to this thing.
Oh my god.
It's kind of like, yeah, that happens. It's always cool, dude, when that happens. Actually, you know what I mean? I mess with that. I like that.
Yeah, he's
especially a player you watched like your whole life, dude, and you liked him your whole life away from your team, and then he finally gets a chance on your team, even if he's washed. It was like what everyone thought Randy Moss was going to do to the Patriots, and then it was just like, brother, What?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely AP's. I would say, I mean, definitely debatable, but top 5 running back of all time for sure.
Oh yeah, I agree.
For sure. Okay, so this is my favorite one right here. Obviously, the receiving core. And you got to have Jerry Rice. It was the first one that I selected because he's the GOAT in my opinion.
Okay.
But the names I'm going to throw at you, all of these guys in their prime now. Okay, so just keep this in mind.
Okay.
All right, Jerry Rice or Terrell Owens.
Jerry Rice.
Okay, Jerry Rice or Randy Moss.
Randy Moss.
That's. I think you're a little biased, but I like it. You know what I mean?
Randy Moss on the fucking Vikings was incredible
he
too.
Was good. He was.
It's not
good
just bias. That wasn't just bias. He was
Yeah.
great in 2 different eras.
All right, I'm gonna throw one at you that you probably forgot about. Bro.
Megatron.
Damn, dude, are you reading my mind right now, bro?
He's my favorite player to ever not play on the Patriots. And
Randy
I think
Moss or Calvin Johnson.
Megatron. I think he would have been the best wide receiver to ever play the game if he could have played longer. Incredible.
That it's incredible that you that's who you picked out of all the players. Like they really blew my mind right there. I'm like mind blown right now. But that receiving. I mean, think about that. Jerry Rice. I mean, Terrell Owens was a dog too. Let's not.
Oh, he was. But if you're gonna name any person in that caliber, it had to have been Calvin Johnson. Megatron was crazy.
He was a fantasy nightmare too. If you had to play against him, and he was a fantasy god. If you had.
I used to have this shirt, dude. I wore like every day I could whenever my mom washed it when I was a kid because I loved him so much, dude. Yeah, and I liked it because it didn't have the logo of the Lions. It was like his own shirt with like the Megatron thing on the side. It was pretty sick, dude.
So what was it with Calvin? Did he just injury prone?
Oh yeah, dude. He just took such a beating, dude.
Yeah, he had a large frame too. I mean, it's a big dude.
He did, dude. He was he was probably my favorite player to ever watch growing up. That was not a Patriot.
Fair enough. Well, do you have 3 questions? Because I
got a couple questions for you before we close out the podcast here, really quickly here. So I got a Would You Rather edition. This is more or less like nowadays. So if we're looking going into week 5, right?
All right.
This is a week going like we just watched only, not like what happened before, but currently in the state of football, if we're going into week 5. Would You Rather edition: Deebo Samuel or Cooper Kupp?
Man, is this fantasy wise or is this like
fantasy wise? No, I mean actually, as a player, if you're on a team right now and you're trying to get to the win to the next game, who do you want?
Give me Deebo Samuel only because he's more diverse. He can do it all. And after watching him this past week, bro, he looked great. I mean, Cooper Kupp is obviously a great receiver, but yeah, give me Deebo in that aspect.
I'm taking Kupp, but I respect it.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush or Dak Prescott?
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush right now, right?
Yeah.
You gotta 100%. Let him play the next week. You have to, unless he does bad.
TB Jr., baby, let's go.
And then last question before we end the night: Ezekiel Elliott or Pollard?
Yeah, Tony Pollard, 100%. Right. Zeke is like, I don't know, man. Like that boy
train's just
cereal or something. I don't know.
Squeaky.
He ain't eating his red beans. I know that.
Yeah, definitely not eating those red beans.
Something wrong with him right now, man. And Tony Pollard is just looking like a workhorse, bro. He looks good, man. I actually didn't see, what did he do last week? I mean, I didn't.
He didn't do that great either. He had less yards. He didn't really touch the ball very often, but they didn't really need him because their defense showed up.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Fair enough. But look, that's gonna do it for week 5, man. This was me and you, bro. We're on the same wavelength, even with like the picks, the would you rather's, the game of the week, the biggest upset. Like we're on the same team today, brothers. So like, hopefully week 5 will be good to us.
Absolutely.
Other than that, my name is Guz. This is Pluto. This is week 5. Good luck to everybody. And